side going to be taken in by Harris. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. Now, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 12.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Watson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and it's now 3-0 Texans.
Texans 3, Colts nothing.
They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 87 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
And 7 yards to go.
Now Murphy on third down. And it's caught by Parker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
Back to throw. Murphy. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Off play action, Murphy. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Murphy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. On the left hash, this from 48 yards.
Hey, so I'm just about to send my game.
And this one is right down Broadway.